Hello, my friends. Happy Thursday. You guys, I just went live in my accountability tribes and I wanted to pop on here really fast because it felt like the right thing to do. Thursdays, well, today is the first day back to school here in Scobie, but like Thursdays are such a slippery day for so many people because tomorrow is Friday and then it's the weekend and a lot of us tend to like be super busy and we kind of allow things to roll, but I'm challenging you to lean in and to not just like let things roll, to keep drinking your water and to keep moving your body and to eat your freaking salads and do all the things. We live a life of balance. We're not about restriction, okay? But don't put things off for next Monday or next month. Hello, friend. I have this massive zit, Liz. It's terrible. I'm gonna name her. I'm gonna get her a little hat, a little necklace. Anyway, don't put things off that can be done today. Like just freaking start where you are and do what you can. And in my group, I was talking about how we compare. You compare, I compare, we all do it. It's just human nature. We compare ourselves and usually we're comparing and we're criticizing ourselves. Like we think it looks easier for other people or we think that they have it all together. We think they have all their ducks in a row, but probably their ducks are just at a rave and they're just as lost in the sauce as we are. So if you are finding yourself falling into that trap where you're comparing and you are mean girling yourself and you're coming up with all these reasons that you can't or it's just too hard, first of all, I want you to know that like you can never ever, first of all, you don't really know what's happening in other people's lives. And secondly, don't compare your chapter to someone else's because they might be on chapter like freaking 55 and you're just getting started. So that is not a fair comparison at all. Celebrate all the ways that you're choosing to show up. Give yourself a freaking round of applause. I think a lot of us wait for other people to high five us and to see it and to applaud it, but really that's your job. That's your responsibility to celebrate yourself. If you're waiting for a spouse or a family member or someone else to recognize you, it might happen, but more than likely at the end of the day, you have to be the one to be like, I did good. I'm proud of myself. I won my day. I showed up. I drank my water. It wasn't perfect. You guys, it's not going to be perfect. It's never perfect because this is real life and it's messy and imperfect. That's why I talk all the time about being perfectly imperfect because I'm a hot mess, but I'm exactly the hot mess that God made me. And every single day, I don't strive to be perfect. I just strive to be my best. And some days it's going to be easier and some days it's going to be harder, but every single day is worth showing up. And so if you are making all these excuses why you can't begin or you can't commit or you can't realign or it's just too hard or you're failing or whatever, first of all, stop because what you tell yourself will grow. The things we focus on will multiply. And so if you're highlighting all the ways that you're failing or you're not good enough or you're behind, you will just bring more of that into your life. Flip your script, change your prism, you guys. It's all about finding the right perspectives for you. I'm not saying highlight or lie to yourself or only focus on the good because let's be real, there are things happening that need our attention and need our focus and there are opportunities to level up. But give yourself some kudos, give yourself some credit and celebrate when you are getting momentum, when you are getting traction because as a coach, all the time I hear people talk about that word motivation. You guys, motivation does not truly exist. I don't believe in motivation. You can't count on motivation on all the days because it's just not, it's not consistent. It's not something that shows up all the time. Yeah, sometimes we get motivated because we have a life-changing event or you have a big like birthday or you have something or you have a health scare, you have some reason in your life, New Year's, whatever. We all have those teeny tiny catalysts. Sometimes they're big catalysts, but it is not enough at the end of the day to keep you going. So you need to get momentum. And that's why creating habits that aren't overwhelming you, but are little things that you can celebrate, are little things that will get you momentum. They're little building blocks that every single day you do those, you get traction and you get momentum and it becomes easier and you transform who you are and you just level up one step at a time. So instead of thinking you have to do it all, you don't. And if you do go into it with that attitude, more than likely you're gonna fail. You're gonna get overwhelmed, it's gonna feel too hard, it's just gonna be like, forget it, this just isn't for me. Of course it is. If you wanna level up some area of your life, if you wanna lose weight or you wanna become debt-free or you wanna have a relationship transform, it's going to take work and it won't be an overnight thing and you won't always be motivated, but it is always worth it. If it is important to you, if that seed has been planted in your heart, then it matters and you should show up and you're gonna have to do work and it will be uncomfortable. And that doesn't mean it's not worth doing or having or showing up for. It's just part of freaking real life, okay? So don't compare your chapter to anyone else's. Put your blinders on and focus on how you can show up today to get momentum in your life, you guys. Seriously. Drink your water, okay? Remind yourself of your truths. And right now, if your truths feel sad and stuck and hard, then you need to come up with some new truths. You need to come up with some new affirmations, and maybe they'll feel super hokey and not real and totally disingenuous. But you guys, that's how you change your life. If you're going around telling yourself and telling everyone else all the ways you're sucking or this is hard or whatever, if you keep saying all the negativity, if you keep speaking that into existence, that's what you will get more of. But instead, if you say, you know what, this is the real, this is the truth, like this is a hard season, but I'm proud of myself for showing up and I'm worth this effort. And if you give yourself those little tiny rounds of applause instead of waiting for other people to show up for you, I guarantee you it's going to get easier. Your mindset will change. Your self-talk is going to completely shift. And that is how you completely transform your life. One teeny tiny action at a time. So stop waiting for things to suddenly get easier. Stop waiting for things to become, all of a sudden you're motivated. Stop waiting for there to be a big catalyst, a brand new week, a brand new month, a brand new quarter, and just freaking start. Today is a Thursday. It is the perfect day for you to recommit to your journey, whatever area of your life that you need to focus on. Realign, recommit, refocus. Doesn't mean you failed. It just means that you're human. Congratulations, you guys. It just means that you're human. So let it go. We don't drive looking through our rearview mirror. If that's how you're going through your life, if you're just focusing on it, you're rehashing a bunch of garbage, you're telling everyone what happened, and you're living in this what used to happen, well, that's what will continue to happen in your future. I personally would prefer to drive looking out my front window, not my mirror. I want to drive and see what's happening ahead of me, and I want to focus on all the good, and I want to seek that out. I want to level up my life. I want to be around other people who are excited and positive and joyful, even in this like shit sandwich 2020 year. There's plenty of good to be found if you put on those perspectives and if you choose to show up for yourself, because it's not necessarily easier for other people. They just have a whole different filter. And so if your life feels really hard and you feel super stuck, what's your filter? Who are you surrounding yourself with? What are you doing with your time? What are you doing? What are you listening to? What are you consuming? If you're consuming nothing but fear and overwhelm and lack and this is hard and oh my gosh, what's going to happen? There's an asteroid coming now. If that's what you're going to focus on, that makes me tired for you. So if that has been you, it doesn't have to continue to be you. What happened yesterday, the decisions that we made in our past, they're in our past. Today, right now, in this moment, whatever time zone you're in, you can draw your line, you can recommit, you can refocus, and you can allow yourself to be human and give yourself grace that maybe it hasn't been perfect and maybe you have gotten off track. I get off track all the time. It's why I share my reel, because I don't want you to compare your journey to mine and think that, oh, it's so easy for her. You guys, I am on day 4 of this brand new workout and it is like really hard. It's really hard and I'm doubting myself and I really don't want to. I'm having to psych myself up, but I just told my tribe this and I was like, I want you to know that we all go through seasons where it feels really hard and you doubt yourself and you don't know if you can, but then you just remind yourself that other people are in the same situation and they keep going. Other versions of myself were in that same situation and I kept going. I've never failed, because if I failed, I wouldn't be here. Everything is, I guess I have failed, but it's just about your perspectives and if you choose to grow from it and get better from it and like shift your perspectives from it, everything's an opportunity. Is it going to completely destroy you or is it just going to grow you, you guys? So today, on this Thursday, don't just be like, oh, it's Thursday, the weekend's coming, I'm going to put it off, I'm going to wait, whatever, have another chilada. You guys, live a life with balance, but that balance doesn't always mean you make excuses and you half-ass it. Level up your life. Drop your freaking excuses. If it is hard, that is okay. That is okay. Your self-worth isn't defined by what has happened in the past or maybe the decisions you made up until now. It's not about the number on the scale or the size of your clothes. None of that define you. All of that is just data. It's just decisions that you've made, but they're not decisions that sculpt your future. You have that, you own that right now. You can totally change your life starting today, right now, this afternoon. How freaking awesome is that, you guys? So drive your bus, drink your freaking water, level up your life and lean into people and relationships and podcasts and things that make you feel excited and inspired. And if you don't have any of those in your life, there's a gazillion free resources out there. So if you have a question, if you need a podcast recommendation or something else, you know you can drop a comment and I will reply to you. Or maybe just drop a meme. I don't know. That stuff gives me life these days. Everyone takes everything so seriously. I'm like, can we just have more like cat memes, please? And thanks. So anyway, I have done my stuff. I have connected with my people today. I have checked into all my places. I drank my water, so now I'm having some iced coffee. I moved my body, even though it was really hard and I might have had Tourette's and screamed into a pillow, but I didn't quit. I just did my best and surrendered the rest. That's what it's all about, you guys. That's how you get momentum in your journey. It's not about motivation. It's just about showing up one day at a time, one decision at a time. It all freaking dominoes. I'm fist bumping you. I believe in you. If you need anything, let me know. Otherwise, freaking own your Thursday. Go into this weekend victorious and celebrate all the ways that you get to show up because it's a gift.